This is Sicarius Dracus Plays Prehistoric Planet Pack number 40. Welcome back, everybody. We are in the middle of working on the Saturn Critter Trap farm. I think I need to fix this a little bit. We need to do some things here. Might need to do some diggy priorities here to help open up this area. Something I want to do is I want to get ourselves... Oh, is that brine? Why is there just leaky brine on the floor? Something I want to do today is I'd like to get all of our... I'd like to build a second trap for the beetas because we don't have 30 Saturn critter traps. So I would like to build a Lura trap for them, and so they'll go up there and get eaten by the Luras. I'd also like to clean this area out here. We're gonna do some digging here, and then get our pipelines running again. Well, for the first time. They haven't run for the first... This will be the first time that they run. Oh, dash of sulfite? That's cool. A pilot. An airy could be really good. I'll get the dash of sulfite for now. So the first thing I want to do is I want to close up this area right here because we're going to put in a station right here so that we can travel down here. So just well, actually it'll be like a carpeted tile and then 2 regular tiles. And then obviously this is going to be a problem here, so we're going to have to close these in here. So I'm gonna have them build these 2 corner pieces, and then we're gonna build these corner pieces. So construction, we'll have those be 9. We can deconstruct this one right here, not a problem. This heavy watt conductor, heavy or large power transformer. Sorry, everybody. We're gonna take this out, and then we're gonna put it in over here. So it's part of this like dirty brick that's warm. Might as well put some of that there. So let's build this in here. Looks like we're going to need to build a large wire. So we're going to deconstruct this one here. We're going to deconstruct that wire bridge and get a better one. All right, we'll get this, and then we'll get this different one. Down here, we have some tasks that we're going to start them up doing. We're going to try and figure out a way, or we're going to move these down underneath here, because I'm going to put more... If we get more Saturn critter traps, we're going to have more... We'll have more of these, and I'd like to put them all in a central kind of area. So we're going to build an area right here. And this doesn't have to be 9, it can be 8. I want them to build this first. We can deconstruct this one right here. And we can deconstruct this right here and move our plastic across. Something tells me this isn't going to work. Yep, that's not going to work. So Rowan will have to eventually move out of here. We can deconstruct this one. And these. Somebody construct that for me. I would deconstruct this one for me too. I don't think that they can actually get over there. And this doesn't work because Thank you kindly. All right, now we have a way all the way down to the bottom here. This will need a bit of power there. Our cooling for the base is currently off, so we need to put this power. We need to put this power in right here. We can't put that right there. We're going to deconstruct this right here. This wire doesn't go anywhere. We can go ahead and just get the whole thing dead. Let's trim this. We don't want that in there. Maybe because of heat. All right, that'll get all this in here. Should also build another one of these because maybe we have some other power problems we're gonna have to handle here. I noticed that our power has been decreasing every cycle, so we're gonna enable one of these, and that should keep us back into power. Yep, we can deconstruct this one finally, and then it can stay there. And it's actually gonna I'm actually gonna turn it into carpeted tile whenever we get a chance to. Over here, I was thinking of another idea. We can get rid of this brine, and we're just gonna like build some piping. Oh, yep. Build some piping, and it'll keep this room cold. And then if it comes into here, then we also can just chill this room out a bit. And then once it gets to about over here, we'll start with insulated pipe and then just drop it in here. So any of that brine will get like heated up by the system, and then eventually it'll get it'll get put into here. I think our main problem is pressure in this room for longevity, not necessarily heat. I think we're doing a pretty good job controlling the heat in this room. So we'll watch it and see where it goes. And that's backwards. Cool. They should build that pretty quick. And then that'll give us a bit of more cool for us to have. You are complaining about no tube connected? And also no power, like. No tube connected. Maybe we have to rebuild this. And this one? I don't know why it's not going up. Curious. Over here, now we have our transit tube here. This thing needs some heavy power here. We have a little bit of stuff that's being used on this one, but not much. So I think we can put this over, or on this line here. Let's put it through the walls. And at the very top, we also have one. This can probably be handled with the suits. I think that's not going to be a problem here. We also have a bunch of power right here that's just sitting here. Not that, but if we make it out of something stronger, like tungsten, this will power this whole thing pretty handily. 500, 500, 900. Oh, okay. Boom, power. I may actually, I feel like I'm actually going to deconstruct this, and then I'm just going to have 2 in here. And of course we need some cool drywall. So let's get some dinosaur drywall here. Oh. This could be a room, I think, 2, if I close... Nope. Nope, the drywall prevents me from making it into a wall. Or into its own room, and that's okay. What is going on? What did I do here? Let's deconstruct this door. Put in some furniture. I don't think I can put anything in because I'm going to put the plastic tube there, so I think I can't do anything there. But I can put a gold metal block here and here. Bit of corner trim. Oh, nope, nope, can't corner trim there. Alright, cool. That should allow us a bit of freedom for us like, transporting around pretty quickly. We could also put one in the middle right here or up in the top here. Power? Can I get this? Little leaky in here. I'm gonna go ahead and put some tile right here and to close this room a little bit. Is it just leaking somewhere? I don't know. No big deal. Why are you are just dripping? Is there a drip? I see a drip. Where is this dripping coming from? Even further. Oh wow, we had a whole bunch of water melt. And there's an easy solution to that. Put a tile right here. And let it melt over this way. We need to get pike apples growing. This is too warm. Too warm. This is perfectly cold here, but everywhere else it seems to be pretty warm for them. Yeah. I never delivered my rock into this room. It's because I don't let them in and out. Okay, well, we'll fix that. Probably can afford some more of these now. Oh wait, what am I doing? Forget that. Nice. Getting our little room set up here. We're going to move all of this down here. That won't work. And we're gonna put this up the side right here, and then up here, and I'm gonna make it come across here, right? And then we'll jump this, just make the line nice and clean over here, and that can be that can all be connected for just fine, like there. That's fine. And then we're gonna put a heavy watt joint plate right here. Also going to deconstruct this one tile there. Cool. Door. And we might put our power transformers down here to go upwards. All right. I'm going to look at some skills real quick. Because I feel like we are not getting them going. Like they are not doing. People who should be doing mechatronics engineering are not really. Whoops, I guess that's fine. Yeah, I don't really want to stress you out too much. People who have high operating, maybe we increase their building. There. That'll get that stuff worked on. How are these doing? These are looking pretty. These never grew up the sides, have never grown up the sides of the... Oh, why are you... Your body temperature is too hot? Oh, you're grown in temperature. What's going on? Plumbing? Nope. There's plumbing. How hot is the water? Water's 43 coming through here, so let's take a look. Because this has no power. Yep. Okay. We are connected. We need to join those. Cool. Okay. Well, that'll work, or that'll be set to work. Great. Oh yeah. This is a cable nightmare. I like to have my cables like off to one side. What's going on here? Fertilization. We are out of peat because we don't have enough peat makers. Also, we have way more than enough carbon, so we don't need them doing this anymore. So this can be like a 5 task. We don't need you doing this anymore. Oh, we have wood? Oh, sweet. So, well, there's that. refined carbon out of wood? Yeah, no problem. Cool. How many data disks do we have? I 56. I feel like maybe I should trim this petroleum. Colony achievement earned. Totally tubular. The blueprint. Oh, another chance at the flox fawn. We need a cold room for this. We need a cold room for our flox fawn. And this is not cold enough. That's pretty oh, there we go. Better colors. Yeah, we've pretty much ruined all of our hot zones, and or our cold zones, and now we're warming it up. Those are getting pretty warm here. We don't need a colony collapse because of heat. Yeah, you gonna be all right in there? All right, so that flox fawn is a baby. What can we do in 5 cycles to make this viable? Do we just want to do it here? Is there a place over here I would prefer to do it? Somewhere cold, where we want cold? We're already temperature controlling over here. Maybe we just make a room for flox fawns right here? Or over here somewhere? And I feel like beetas have been captured. We are good on beetas at the moment. If we ever need more, we can just move them around. I'm also going to make this pipe go this way. That's a long amount of time for that. And then when we can deconstruct it, actually, we need to come right here. And then we'll make our automation here. Oh, there's a door. Not gate. Okay, and so if it detects anything that isn't hydrogen, it'll let it go. I feel like one single bit of deodorizer right here will really help clean this up. Like one here and one here. Is there another place that just has a power that I can put right there? I could put it right here. And I could put one right here. That'll clean up a lot of this oxygen here. Can't do much right here, but I can close this down like that. That should get a bunch of stuff done there. Oh no! our pipe broke, or our this broke. Is this dormant? It's dormant for another 6 cycles. We could probably drink all that. Looks like our power line here got fixed. Unbreathable hydrogen? Nice. Our power got fixed here. So let's quickly pause and fix our power. Anything connected to it? Nope, nope. Oh yeah, one more. We'll trim those. Oh, there's one little line of right there. Needs to get handled like as soon as possible. Looks like we got a lot of polluted water. Yellow alert on that wire. Great. No more flooding. Eduardo, what are you doing? Got some drips pretty much everywhere. Oh, they can't build that on that. I locked this. Is that drip still there? It's not. So we're going to let out a whole bunch of hydrogen if I do that way. There we go. And then just to make absolutely sure that it comes this way, we're gonna put it out like we're gonna put a bridge here, and then it'll be pulled this way, and then it'll push out this way, and then we'll get a clean source. You are too much water. Okay, we need some automation here. It says not with that, but with cobalt, our renewable metal. All right. I'm gonna pull, and now now that these are pretty much ready to go. We're gonna snip. We're gonna snip right here. We'll let these things continue to do their work here for a little bit. And then let's start to deconstruct this stuff, and we're gonna fix this so that we have a temperature controlled place that these beetas can go and get eaten. All right, working on that. All right, we're gonna just let them work on these tasks. Oh, they're too low priority here. We need this much higher priority. Need to deconstruct these. All right, I'm gonna let them do their tasks. Let's just watch them do their tasks. And they just ripped that apart for me. That's great. All right, we'll get back into this. Maybe mop this up here. Deconstruct these. And then I want to put some tiles in here, and these tiles are going to help chill down this room here. We want to have this room pretty cold, at least a little bit cold. Mops, lots of 9s. More deconstruction. Let's just get rid of all this. Clean this up. We need to mop this up too so that it's nice and clean. So how this is going to work is we are going to drip some naphtha onto tiles, and then because the tiles have gaps on the sides and above, beetas will be able to fly up and into it, but they won't actually be able to fly back down into the drop because they won't go down, but they can enter a drop from the side. And then we're going to capture the beetas in the Luras. So farm tiles, we're going to have like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, something like this. And then Luras take 12 cycles. Oh man, I need to put it like a storage thing here, otherwise they're going to be running. Clean this. Thank you so much. All right, so we're gonna have these tiles here, like that, and then every other tile we're going to put in. We're gonna deconstruct all of the tiles that are underneath these, and then the beetas will be able to come up here. And because the naphtha will have such little mass, it'll very quickly what's the word? Like, it won't exchange its water very quickly. Let's do 1 or 2 of those. These are very full. I don't know where I'm going to put my excess water bottles. These excess bottles are just going to dump water into here. So if I ever see water, we're just going to dump water into it. I don't need 6, but it helps. It helps. All right, Lura seeds. 9. Copy. Another thing that we could do is we actually have, and we're just going to do regular tiles because I want the temperature to go through. And then we're going to keep these insulated tiles up here, and might as well just make it pneumatic door. No big deal. I have an idea, and this is just a wild, out of left field, hey, all of a sudden we're just going to do this. We have a bunch of trees, and that means that we have an ethanol distiller, and that ethanol distiller should be able to generate us a whole bunch of ethanol. Ethanol is absolutely great at not sending its heat through it. Like it's a really good insulator. So I think we're gonna get a quick little bit of ethanol built here. Bup, 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 bup. And Bob's your uncle will have ethanol right here. Storage tile, some storage tiles underneath it to turn it into so that we can put wood in here. I could build the whole thing again. Now power. I think one little power. There we go. So now we're going to have ethanol. I think ethanol will be a better choice than naphtha in here. Oh, I think I maybe have messed something up here. So we need sweepers to sweep up all the Lura stuff. So our sweepers are going to be down below and in very critical or central areas. I think it's not right here. I think I made a mistake somehow. I misplanned these. I didn't want water here? And deconstruct these real quick. We don't need many gaps. We only need 1 or 2 gaps. Come on, clean up here. Let's get everything out of here. We need it all gone. I know you're breathing hard. This room isn't for you to sit here and breathe in. Would me. Would that I would have some wood. So now we're going to have some ethanol, and then we'll put that ethanol in this little line here very nicely. Let us get our shipping container lines proper. Nope, I want to do it on the side, like that. And I know that there's 2 different rows here, and that's just because we have these tiles in here that we're going to be doing this to. Maybe if I build it smartly, we can deduplicate it. I want where there's a tile, there will not be a drip. That can see all of that. All right. That can see everything. So we don't need this one, and we don't need this one. Okay, cool. Oh, and we're not going to use these. Right? You can see up there? Great. We don't need very many we don't need very many vents into the top. We only need one or two, and that's just to get the betas to want to come up here. We're gonna empty the storage on this ethanol. We got a bit of ethanol here. Yep. I'm gonna relocate that bottle to right here. And release this bottle into the wild. What's wrong, Bonnie? What are you doing? They're just chilling out in here, huh? Let's see. Where is another? If I put it in a tile here and here, are you able to sweep these? I think I block if I put that there. I don't want too many of these. I just want ones or twos. All right, we're going to deconstruct this. That's going to give us some nice pooling here. I also feel like we're going to just put some plastic ladder across here so they can just run through this very pretty room here. All right. Okay, so those drops are going to steal it. You don't have to do that anymore. What are you doing still? So these drops are going to be the barriers between the hot and the cold. Oh, did you see him go down? He went across. I didn't realize he could go across like that. I really want to put in a tile like right here so that they go up. And now that we have some ethanol right here, I can open this door right here, and we're not going to open it. We're just going to allow it. And then we're going to clean up all this ethanol in here. There we go. Bee buddy. Oh, see, now you can only see right there, which isn't what I want. But no, any extra betas, they are just gonna love coming up here. So they're gonna want to come up here and do their thing and get caught. They like going up, so having these little vents are gonna be great for them doing the thing. Oh, did it catch him? Nope. Nom nom. We still have not found any more Saturn critter seeds, which is kind of disappointing. Maybe there's a few in here over here. So let's spend the rest of this episode cleaning this whole thing up and just drilling down and cleaning up this area here. We got granite. Which one do we have more of? That. So we're just gonna go all the way across here. Put in maybe a line here. There's this vent here. That's fine. Needs to have that. Something like that. This won't work. This will have to get cleaned. And let's just rip the Band-Aid off this thing. Gonna be very careful about this one. Pretty much just that one spot there. And we have new printables available, but I'm not ready to do them yet. I don't know what this is. I'm just being careful. Maybe it's a volcano. I'm guessing it's probably just I'm guessing it's probably just some sort of vent, like another carbon dioxide one. I haven't seen anything else. All right, working on that. I guess we can attack this because we're not going to do anything with this anymore. We can attack this as well. Let's do new printables while they get attacked. A sweet corn. Great. We have way too many of these anyway. Oh man, this one's pretty good. Up here, temperatures are okay. How's our rad bolts going? Right at 1500. I should probably, let's turn this off so that we can finish our research. And that way we'll hit our rad bolts before we do diamond presses. Cool. We drank this all out. That's we have metal or gold sitting on this waiting to go out. Do you see that? So maybe it needs it has two things telling it to go. You need a green because you got to flow from white to green. So if I put a green right here, then it'll flow. Here it's claiming we don't have salt. We don't have salt because we're not loading it in here? Yeah, we're not loading salt in here. Does that mean we have eaten through all of our salt? Oh. Nope, got plenty. It just needs to be loaded up into here. And that salt comes from down here somewhere, right? So we're getting our salt from here. So this little thing should be giving us salt automation shipping. Where is this dropping it all? It's dropping it right here. And you know what I don't care about? I don't care about making a big old line to go over here. Yeah, this is going to be a mess. Sure. And then we'll deconstruct that chute, and then no more salt. All the salt will just go here where or when it's created by this. Oh, we're also making salt right here that's not being collected. Because the brine is coming over here. That could be bad. Yep. And these are just super full on salt. Can you reach here? You can. What's going on? Why are you not copying to get the salt? Or, oh, because this big old block of brine ice right here is out of the range. Yep. All according to plan. There's a little drop right there. And this is just water. We got another Saturn critter trap seed. That's cool. Oh. Get him, Nisbet. Got a bunch over here, bunch over here. These we don't have the petroleum for it, but we could actually set up a remote worker, and a remote worker might be able to do our metal refinery later on. All right, we're going up in megajoules here. Great, that's good. No. Why do we make the wet? What is going on here? Our bathrooms are working? Okay, bathrooms are working. Why are we dripping water everywhere? Oh yeah, we have a gap that needs to be sealed. We might need to come in here in the next episode, because there's all of our igneous rock is trapped in this little room, or this little biome right here. So we're gonna need to do some coring out there. This is absolutely too cold for me to just have them. Oh, well, maybe not. I was going to say, it's absolutely too cold for me to just have them hanging out here, but it seems like it's like 7 to 12 degrees, so it's not really that bad. Could probably lock this and then let them in here to do the work. So let's close this up here. Oh, this ice is melting. He's like, I gotta get through here. Great. Deconstruct this one. Now everyone should be able to get in here and start doing stuff. We also probably need to lock this one up too. Doop, 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 doop. Yep, you can all get down here. So anybody who wants to dig down here can absolutely come over here. Did I maybe not emphasize the priority of that we can get this stuff done here now? This bit of tile here is absolutely cold enough for us to start putting in a small little flox farm. So I'm going to put in a flox farm here so that we can get that flox stuff running. It's not going to be the cutest thing, but it's definitely going to be meant to save our floxes. We can't do a jump here. So I guess we have to we have to deconstruct these. I'll just make a pipe here, mesh door, like, yeah, who cares? It can be the entire way. Grooming station. What else do we need? Just farm tiles, right? Grooming, shearing. All these have to be Pike apple. Looking to make 90. Here's 100. So that's -4 there. So this corner right here. And I'm going to fill this up with pike apples. We want as many pike apples as we can put into this base. And then we need them to close this off, so. Our duplicant stuck. This needs to be fixed here. I see obsidian. We're gonna make it out of obsidian. Eduardo, can't you dig here? Buddy. I don't think you can dig. I think that you are... No, you can dig. You're just choosing not to. It melted. It melted the... Oh, no, he dug the tile. Okay. Why did he get frozen like that? That was odd. Did you see that? He wasn't digging the tile that was underneath him, even though it was just a ice. All right, we can deconstruct this one. Oh, how did the temperature jump all the way up that high? I guess we need to close this off here. And then I'm going to pull the plumbing from here. We're going to pull the plumbing from here. And then just push that through. That'll make this room really cold. This will help block all the heat or any heat loss here. We'll actually just close this here so that this can be closed off. 9. I might even remove these two, and then we'll just feed them the pike apple, and then all the rest of that pike apple will go into here. Because this is what we're gonna feed them, pike apple in here, I think. That's coral bug. We just want regular shine bug. I think shine bugs can eat. Yep, you can eat pike apple. So we're gonna try and get you onto pike apple from phosphorite. We are just low on phosphorite so bad. And I think a tile. Where can you see? Maybe a tile right here for pike apple. Yeah, these pike apples are gonna die until they get water. What do they need to eat? What do they eat? Oh crap, they eat phosphorite. We need Drecos. Alright, this room will get cold and then it'll get chilled down, and then we'll put... Okay, these 100%... Oh, these 100%, we're gonna deconstruct these 4 and put in regular stuff. This whole room is not a room anyway, it's too big. On these tiles right here, we're gonna put the drop off, maybe a pickup, and a critter feeder. And then we'll put the door... Oh, no, that'll... Need to put the door somewhere. Right here. With an airflow tile. That keeps them tightly into this little room right here. Flox. New printables are available. And we're getting ready to end this little session here. Check that out. Nice. So now everything is gonna get swept up here. You can sweep that stuff. I don't know why you don't have the microchip. Because maybe it's not a full microchip, it's just a piece of microchip. Yeah, there's like a piece of microchip right there. I don't think it can get swept up. Not really a lot of oxygen down here anymore. Temperatures -13, still too cold. We're gonna get that colder here. And once the body temperature is fine, then we're gonna fill this up with some sort of pressure here. We'll get a pressure going. What is left? Just that. Okay. max like 7 of anything. We did not close this. This needs to be closed. We also need to build a way up here. So here, just to close this off here. Yep. Oh, you know what we didn't build here? Forget this. Forget the critter pickup here, right? Forget that. And then deconstruct that. And we're going to copy that. That needs to be here so that it's within sweeper range. And then we're going to put a house right here. Air pressure is pretty low. Oh, that was too high of a priority. They'll get it done in a hurry, though. All right, that's there, and then one more food, which is the critter condo. Oh, whoop! What are we missing? We must be missing fibers. And we can deconstruct these. These are useless. We can deconstruct that. Are we doing minus 13? Can maybe we'll go a little bit further? I mean, I think minus 13 is as far as we're going to get here. It needs to be minus 14, though. Who's stressing? Eduardo. All right. Oxygen. We should be getting oxygen here. We'll deconstruct this vent here so that the rest over oxygen fills this void here. Can I really not get this any lower than that? Oh, it's because we don't have the petroleum. We do have ethanol now, although I don't know if ethanol is going to be what we want to put in here. This little jump should be able to be enough to let some ethanol in here. What you doing, Bonnie? It was too much. Doop, 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 doop. Goes around this way. And then, if it can't, goes around this way. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, the ethanol is in here, and I think we have enough. If it ever breaks, that's fine. This is just sitting here. Why is it just sitting here? Oh, because I made the loop too small. And so the loop just goes here. When it runs again, we'll capture a packet right here. Okay, that should run. This looks like it's a minus 25. Very nice. Below, send green signal below 20, which means you can open this door. Our water is only minus 14. Some of these are now having the temperature correct. Great. I don't know if our flox fawn is still living. You are. Relocate you to here. All right. We got more Saturn critter traps. We didn't get a whole lot out of here. That's kind of disappointing. Oh, here's a little bit more that we can dig. On the next episode, we're going to dig on this side here and see what we can find. We didn't work on our geothermal at all. And that's okay. We worked on this and got a solution for any beetas that come in. They'll get eaten. It keeps our temperature. The ethanol is keeping our temperature nice and solid, and we're not having a whole lot of heat leak, and that's totally okay if there's a little bit, because literally we have like the hottest little temperature bottle, hottest little water bottle on the planet right here. So, yep. And then the next thing is just making sure our flox fawn gets delivered, which I think he's doing right there. Boom. All right, we're gonna try for part 2 of the flox fawn, of making the flox fawn do what he's supposed to do. And it's probably not going to do very well while he's holding his breath the entire time. Hopefully we get some oxygen up in here. I have a yellow alert somewhere. Okay, yep. All right. Thank you for watching, everybody. I'm sorry it was a long episode to mess around with this and make this more stable. And I thank you for watching, and hopefully we get some more. I have an event this week, and it is eating up all my time. So I apologize that it has been taking up so much of my time, and I hope to get you more episodes out, and you won't feel that this week. Okay, thank you for watching. Have a great one. Bye.